You see, the principle, the concept is the same, a single rail in this case though. Look on both ends of the table, underneath. All right? So, you have to get the weight of your locomotive evenly distributed. That is, you have to find the balance of whatever locomotive you're using. So the balance point will become visible to you all in a few moments. The very far end of the table down here will drop down and become flush with the rail on just the other side of the table here. At that point in time, the engineer will stop the locomotive and we'll begin turning the engine around. So look for that. Ladies and gentlemen, originally built for the Southern Railways, the K-Class locomotive. Locomotive 630, built in 1904 by the American Locomotive Company at its Richmond Works. Built as a K-Class, later rebuilt as the KS1 consolidation, but I really want you to focus on the wheel arrangement. The class of locomotive, the wheel arrangement is that of a 280. So when you're reading about or doing the description of a steam locomotive, you're always going to see a prefix of numbers. Those numbers represent the wheel arrangement. So it could be a standard, what they call the American 440, a 210-2, a 484, or in the case of the 630, a 280. You count wheel arrangement based upon wheel sets, two or more things that look alike. So let's start with the two twins here. These 2-liter pilot wheels, that's the two. Work your way back behind me here. On both sides, a set of larger driving wheels, 4 on both sides, so 4 plus 4 is 8. So 2, 8, and 0 underneath the cab. The 4501, you see the back, that engine of the tender, the 4501 is a 282. All right, so that is the formula for the wheel arrangement. Now, a lot of locomotives, hundreds and thousands, in fact, of locomotives were scrapped. All right, they were cut up, no longer in use. Just as soon as diesel locomotives become available, certainly more efficient. All right, think about it. What do you have? You have steam, you have coal, you have water. They're dirty. Extreme amount of maintenance is required. So as soon as that technology of the locomotive for the larger railroads had a diesel, these were phased out. Now some were scrapped. Some people in the United States had the foresight to preserve these locomotives. But a lot of these locomotives were preserved simply because they were sold to smaller branch lines or smaller operations at second hand. So this locomotive was sold to the East Tennessee and West North Carolina, second hand. They operated it for a amount of time until the railway realized and found out that steam excursions became extremely popular in the 60s. They need a steam locomotive. They go back to the same locomotive, the same railroad they'd sold the locomotive to, offer up 2 newer diesel locomotives, which was a no-brainer for that railroad to acquire those diesel locomotives, and the swap was made. And because of that swap, we have a preserved locomotive 630. This is a truly hand-fired, coal-operating steam locomotive. The fireman up there shoveling the coal from the tender to the firebox. We're going to take the locomotive off the table. The crew's going to get this engine to the other end of the yard. Once they clear the switch, they'll bring it down to a stop, switch back to track 1, recouple. We'll be ready to head back with the engine on the opposite side. Now, if you'd like to see our back shop facility, please stop when you come to that coach there just at the walkway, lined up with the walkway. I'll meet you down there and we'll walk over.
I can see it in your writing. I can tell my world is crumbling and the blues are at my door. The last letter that you wrote was on a blue piece of paper that'll feel its back. The clouds are moving in. The beginning of the end is near. I feel our love is fading in the darkness. It seems to have no friends. Yes, I feel the blues moving. It's not the words you wrote that made me sad and broken hearted. I put me in the sad shape I'm in. Between the lines of mixed emotions, there's teardrops on the paper. Now you said it's all alright today. I'll close for now, old friend. The last letter that you wrote was on a blue piece of paper. That old feels like clouds are moving in. The beginning of the end is near. I feel all of this pain in the darkness. It seems to have no friends. Yes, I feel the blues moving in. Well, my